TJ Dillashaw is here, the former UFC bantamweight champ, and that was the last time you fought Rafael Assunção. You were fighting him again at UFC 200, so obviously revenge is on your mind.
Absolutely, especially when you fought a fight you thought you won too,
right,
you know,
right.
and lost a split decision while in Brazil. So now we get to fight in the States, and I imagine it being a different story this time. So
social media, it's a strange animal. On it, you use the hashtag Dillashaw.
oh, yeah.
Where did that start? Did you start that? Did someone in your camp start that? Did a fan start it?
It's been a name that's been going around. I think Chad Mendez might have started it back at Alpha Male, you know, training with those guys, and just always messing around with my name, calling me a bunch of stuff, and Dillashaw kind of stuck here and there. You know, DC, when he introduces me, I think he's got like 15 names for me, so and that's one of them. So
we had Urijah Faber and Dominick Cruz on the show last month. Dominick brought you up when talking trash to Faber. Let's have a listen to this.
I think you're scared of Dillashaw because you don't want to lose to your grandson. He was telling me about how he used to work you and you're like a dinosaur. And it was sad to watch you. He was telling me this and I was like, I thought you guys were like brothers. And he's like, no, I don't like that guy anymore.
Okay.
Any truth to what he's saying, TJ?
He's trying to get under Uriah's skin. He's doing a good job of it.
Yeah.
I had to do a media tour with Dominick, and he just picks at a bunch of stuff that, you know, just to argue. He's like a bickering little girl, kind of, you know.
Well, what about Urijah? He also accused you of something last month on The Herd.
Oh man, he's been doing nonstop nothing but trashing my name. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of crazy, this whole thing of me moving teams and following the coach that he hired to be at Alpha Male. I followed him to Colorado. With this whole thing of me following my coach, I didn't ever suspect Urijah of acting the way he's acted, very childish, you know, trying to talk as much trash on me as possible, almost bringing his name into the limelight by talking trash about me, you know, because he hasn't been doing it with his fights. He's been doing it by talking about me. And then it's just, he's kind of crossed the line. You know, I feel like he's going to cross the line with a friendship thing, and it's too far now.
Oh, we happen to have an example of that, TJ. Let's listen to that now.
Why didn't you fight TJ Dillashaw? Why didn't you fight TJ Dillashaw? He was the best.
Dude, I fought TJ Dillashaw for 8 years every day.
Not when it
Dude,
mattered. Why don't we ask him that?
TJ Dillashaw.
Why don't we ask him
He looks
that?
like a prepubescent little teenager right now because USADA came in.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Your response to that?
That's what I'm saying. He's crossed the line.
Yeah.
You know, so not only before was he ruining a friendship, but now he's creating an enemy. You know what I mean? Like, to put my name on blast like that, which is ridiculous. I think he was accusing Cruz of that as well. It's just a way to try to get some media uproar about himself, and to say that he's been beating me up for 8 years. I've only been fighting for 6. So
Right.
that doesn't make sense whatsoever. You know.
So you don't like either of those
He's
guys?
bad
right
at
now.
math.
Yeah, man. That's where his downfall is, right? It's the math, for sure. Yeah. Or it could be just he's a space cadet, doesn't know what's going on most of the time, you know?
So you aren't going to dinner with either of them anytime soon?
No, I would not plan on it.
So if you could fight, I mean, obviously Dominick has the belt, but if you could fight either one of those guys right now, which one would you?
Oh, I'd fight Dominick for sure.
Again.
For one, I won that fight, you know, so I want that fight back. And two, I believe that's my belt he's holding on to, and I feel like he's the better fighter. You know, beating Urijah, I don't really think so much of a challenge. You know, I'd rather push for who's actually the better fighter.
Sorry to interrupt you, Dan. Assunção, let's go back to that fight coming up at 200. How is this going to be different than the last time you guys fought in 2013?
I've grown a lot. We fought 3 years ago, and I've grown a lot since then. He's been kind of on the sidelines for the last 2 years. He's been dealing with injuries, and I think it was like 2 years ago he fought Brian Caraway. And I've been doing nothing but growing and being in those championship fights and being in the limelight and getting used to this whole thing. And I feel like I've grown not only as an athlete, but mentally in this sport as well. And I got the confidence behind it. And I think it was going to be a little bit too much for him to handle. Since I was a great athlete, he's been doing good, but I just don't think he's grown as much as I have.
All training and no play makes TJ a dull boy. So you've started woodworking?
Yeah. So it's something that's just kind of kind of almost like a hobby. So my brother-in-law, he works for A1 Tree Trimming. They cut down big, giant redwood trees, and he's always just kind of seen this opportunity to go out the door. And I've helped out him and a buddy. Adrian Reynoso and Adam Saul kind of helped them out with, you know, getting a wood mill and kind of pursuing their dream of doing some woodworking, you know, creating tables, coffee tables, dining room tables, whatever their mind decides what they want to do.
So when we redo this set, you could design us a whole new set with real wood.
We're ready.
Because this wood is not real wood.
No,
this is plastic.
We got to change that up. Yeah.
This is particle board.
So yeah, we started Murphy's Woodworks. It's out of Murphy's, California. Okay. So it's pretty exciting stuff, man. I'm excited to see how eventually down the road it's gonna be able to grow a lot.
And you recently said you went on a hunting experience of a lifetime in New Zealand. You got to tell us about that.
Yeah, it was, so Chad Mendez, he started a company called Fins and Feathers. It's a guide service it's a celebrity guide service. So he sells these hunts that are guided, and then you also get to pick a celebrity that he has on his pro staff of who you want to hunt with. And I was selected to go on a hunt for a red stag, which is pretty much an elk, in New Zealand, and it was an amazing trip. You know, I mean, not only get to go to New Zealand and check out the awesome country, but to be able to hunt a red stag, something I've obviously never done before, and to do it with my bow was just an amazing experience, you know, and I got to thank Chad for putting me on his pro staff at Fins and Feathers.
New Zealand, it's like a living postcard.
It's amazing. I mean, that's where Lord of the Rings was filmed, and it looks like it everywhere, you know.
And also, Whale Rider. If you've never seen it,
never seen it.
See it. It's really
great.
Flick. It makes you cry.
It's speaking of crying, 2 envelopes always makes me cry. Our popular segment where we send out the fact that you were on the show on Twitter, and the Twitterverse sent a question for you. So we got a question from the Twitter followers. And then we also have a question from Bobby Diaz, our longtime audio guy who mic'd you up today.
Oh, yeah.
TJ, do you want the question from Bobby Diaz or the Twitter question?
I just kind of have to go with Bobby Diaz's. Look at his face. Look how excited he looks to ask that question, you know?
His pants are down when he took this photo. That's why he's so happy. He loves having his trousers off. Bobby says, I've heard fighters abstain from sex before a fight to get angry. I haven't had sex in 20 years. Do I look ready to fight?
That's not believable. Look how happy he is.
Yeah,
he's way too happy.
I mean, we can say a lot of things about Bobby, but
he could be having sex in that picture. Looks like. He's way too happy.
He probably is. He probably is.
You're good with the bow. Is this correct?
Yeah, man.
That's how you got.
I grew up bow hunting, so it's definitely been a hobby of mine.
We're gonna put you to the test here.
I don't hunt with goggles on though.
Well,
there
we have goggles because we're gonna shoot apples off our heads.
Yeah. Looking like a young Kareem here.
Okay. Now you probably never had one of these in your hand before.
This is a high-tech machine.
That's it. Is that how you got the stag? That's how you got it.
Okay.
The shot's pretty far too.
Yeah, and it's loaded. It's ready to go.
Pretty dangerous.
Yeah, that's why we put on the Kareem goggles. So,
okay.
This is a first.
Yeah, this is fun.
Who wants to go first?
Surprise us.
Yeah, surprise us.
All right.
Okay.
See how good these sights are.
Oh. Did you get it?
Right off the goggles.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Now him.
Now we reload.
Was that a bullseye?
And they wanted us to do this with no goggles at all.
Yes!
TJ Dillashaw! That could be the Greg. That might be the Greg. Our best play of the day.
Greg, our top play of the day. Best of luck at 200.
Getting me in the eyeballs. Yes, exactly.